At just 26 years old, he was already making $95 million. Put that kind of money on anyone, and they'd probably lose themselves. But Jimmy Butler did the exact opposite. He quietly did two things that hit completely different. First, he dropped $4.5 million on a mansion for his mom, Michelle, handled the design and furniture himself, even prepaid the property fees 4 decades ahead, just so she could live stress-free. Then right after, he gave his best friend Leslie a 6-figure salary, hired him as his personal security. Win together was never just talk for him, but somehow, a guy like that always gets tested by life. The Chicago Bulls wanted to rebuild, and just 1 year later, shipped Butler out without hesitation. On the outside, he looks tough as steel, but inside, he's soft in ways people don't see. The day he left Chicago, he wrote thank you letters to every single staff member by hand. The world treated him rough, but he still chose kindness. When he got to Minnesota, all he wanted was payback. He believed with his experience, he could lead Karl Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins, 2 #1 picks full of talent, to build something special. But reality hit different. One was busy gaming all day. The other played like it was optional. Lazy in practice, no urgency at all, couldn't handle pressure. Butler gave everything, tried to lead by example, but it was like shouting into the void. Left with no choice, he became the villain. At a press conference, he called it out directly. The most talented is KAT, the most gifted is Wiggins, but the hardest worker is me. In practice one day, he took the bench unit and destroyed the starters, then yelled at them, you need me, without me, you can't win. Even though he dragged Minnesota back to the playoffs after 14 years, he got labeled a locker room problem. Then he was traded again to the Philadelphia 76ers, but Philly didn't keep him either. He couldn't stand a certain #1 pick guard who cared more about fame and money, but couldn't hit a three. The front office chose their core and moved Butler again. Summer of 2019, everyone thought he'd join Los Angeles Lakers to team up with LeBron James or go to Houston and take it easy. But instead, he chose the hardest road. He went to the Miami Heat, a team nobody believed in. Back then, the core was Bam Adebayo, who people called soft, and a young kid Tyler Herro. The bench was full of aging vets and undrafted players nobody wanted, but they all had one thing in common, the same mindset as Butler: do whatever it takes to win. That mentality led to the 2020 finals versus the Lakers, the 2022 Game 7 battle versus Boston, and the 2023 8-seed miracle run, all the way to the finals. Later, Butler joined the Golden State Warriors, hoping to chase a ring with Stephen Curry. He still gave everything, averaging 20 points, 5.6 rebounds, 4.9 assists, but fate had other plans. He suffered a torn ACL, and his season was over. Now, he's on crutches, fighting his way back. But even now, he's never walked away from the game. That pure love for basketball, that obsession to compete. Since Kobe Bryant, there's barely anyone left like that. Anyone who believes in hard work and earning everything is rooting for Butler to finally lift the Larry O'Brien trophy. And I truly believe that day is coming, because a grinder like him always finds a way to bloom.